对神来说，神是没有死亡的。
For God, He has no death.
可是他为什么创造的人会死？
But why? Why did He create people who
照
will
着他
die?
照着神的形象造，为什么人会死？
So man who is created in God's image, why will man die?
所以事实上，圣经说死亡是罪的结果，也是罪的刑罚。
And the Bible tells us that death resulted from sin and is a punishment for sin.
罪的工价就是死，
The wages of sin is
所以
death.
死是犯罪的结果，是罪的刑罚。
Therefore, death is a result
那
from
我
the
们
sin of
已
man.
经讲到这个罪论了，
We
人类他的罪。
We talk about the doctrine of man and his sin.
所以我们说第一项罪呢，就是当然就是亚当夏娃所犯的。
And the very first sin, of course, is the sin committed by Adam and Eve.
那么如果假设没有犯罪呢？
If Adam and Eve did not
假
sin,
设没有犯罪呢？
if they did not sin,
那会死吗？
will they die?
不会死。我们现在不是活到多少万，每个人都活到多少万年呢？
And if they didn't die, wouldn't they have lived for thousands and tens of thousands of years?
之前我自己想，即使没有犯罪的话，因为我们会老嘛，
And so, I was thinking earlier, even if we did not sin, will we grow old?
老了还是要死吗？
After we grow old, will we
1
die?
万岁是够老了，但是老了一定会死吗？
10,000 years, old enough, will we die?
但是没有道理。如果不
Unreasonable.
会死的话，
If we won't die,
那么没有犯罪的话
if，we didn't sin,
器官也不会变老。
and our organs will not grow old.
所有的器官变老，其实也是罪的结果。
And the organs grow old is a result of sin.
那人怎么样？
So what happened to man?
我用这个来跟大家分享。我曾经讲过，其实讲过了。
Actually, I'd like to share this, but I'll share this with you.
我们尝试从圣经来看，
We try to look from the Bible.
其实你读诗篇90篇，
If you read Psalm 90,
第一节，主啊，你世世代代做我们的居所，
Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations.
诸山未曾生出，地世界你未曾造成。
Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the earth and the world.
从亘古到永远，你是上帝。
From everlasting to everlasting, you are God.
这个是讲到神的永恒了。
This talks about the eternity of God.
他是从亘古到永远，他是没有开始之前到没有结束之后的永永远远。
And He is a God from everlasting to everlasting, the eternity
所以
before man and after.
他不需要人造的，他是自然有、永远有的。
And so He is and always will be.
如果还有个造神的，我们就不拜这位了，我们拜那位造神的。
And if there's someone who can create God, we will worship the one who created
那如
God.
果还有一个造那个造神的，那我们就拜那个更高的一位了。
And if there's somebody who created, the one who created God, we will worship the
用
even the
推
higher
推
one.
论上去的话，
And such a process of
没有一
searching
位比
higher.
这位神更加的伟大，就是他是宇宙的第一个原因了。
And therefore there is none other than the very first one that is the first cause of
好了
the universe.
然后他从泥土造人，
He made man from
这我们
dust.
都知道了
We。know.
你使人归于尘土，说你们世人要归回。
You turn men back to dust, saying, Return to dust, O sons of men.
这句话怎么解释呢？
How do you
你
explain?
你使人回归尘土，
You ask men to return to dust,
就是你使人回去做泥土，
back to dust.
说你们世人要归回，
Return to dust, O sons of men.
然后归回泥土之后，你们就回来。
So return to dust and you return
那我
home.
们可以明白了，
So we know.
我们归回泥土，我们灵魂回去了
We return to dust, our soul return.
所以回到哪里呢？
Back to where?
神说你们归回，当然是归回到神那边。
Of course, return to God.
他说，在你看来，1000年如已过的昨日，又如夜间的一更，
For 1,000 years in your sight are like a day that's gone
就来
by.
到了这句话了。
When it comes to these words.
这里要讲到我们在地面上的日子很短，1000年不过是昨天。
And you want to tell us about the brevity of life on earth, like 1,000 years is like yesterday.
解经老师其实就这样说了。
And Bible teachers
从
said,
这句话
from these words,
看起来，神要人在地面上活1000年。
it seems that God wanted man to live on earth 1,000 years.
即使我人可以在地面上活1000年，也是非常的短。
Even if man can live 1,000 years on earth, it is so short.
因为在你看来，他们1000年也不过好像水冲去，好像夜间的一更。 好像睡一觉。
Because in your eyes, the 1,000 years is like the sleep at night.
那么1000年也不过是好像早晨发芽生长的草，那么早晨发芽，晚上割下枯干，这是原本的人生1000年也是很短的。
And even in the original 1,000 years, in the morning it springs up new, by evening it's withered and dry.
但是人回不了。
It's so short, but man can return home.
为什么？因为我们因你的怒气而消灭，因你的愤怒而惊惶。
We are consumed by your anger and terrified by your indignation.
你将我们的罪孽摆在你面前，人犯罪了。
We have set our iniquities before you. Man had sinned.
可能我们不知道，
Maybe we don't
但
know
我们实在连我们的隐恶也逃不过神的面光。
that even our secret sins cannot escape from God's presence.
所以人就很快的，我们经过的日子都在你震怒之下，我们度尽的年岁好像一声叹息。
And all our days pass under your wrath, and we finish our years with a
这是
moon.
犯罪以后的人生。
And that's a life after we sin.
以后我们一生的年日是70，若是强壮可到80。
And the length of our days is 70 years and 80 if we have the
所以
strength.
人的寿命急速的减少。
And so our lifespan is reduced geometrically.
虽然是短短的人生，仍然是劳苦愁烦，转眼成空，
Though such a short lifespan, yet it's but trouble and sorrow.
就如飞而去。
And we fly away
那
past.
么讲这些做什么呢？
Why do they say
他
all
说，
this?
其实神要让人在地面上是活1000年的，
Actually, God wanted man to live on earth 1,000 years.
所以出民就活到了969岁。
There were people of the early age live maybe up to 969.
为什么不到1000年？
Why? They can't live up to 1,000 years.
本来应该活到1000年嘛，
Or to live to 1,000 years
就是犯罪了，
because of sin.
所以活到969岁。
So you live up to 969.
可是如果你没有犯罪，1000年后怎么样回去？
But if you did not sin after you reach 1,000 years, how do you go back?
也就是在创世纪里面，让我们看到一个真理。
And in the very book of Genesis, we see a truth.
创世纪的第5章，
Genesis chapter 5.
以诺活到65岁，
When Enoch lived up to
生
65
了
years
马
old,
土撒拉。
he became the father of Methuselah.
以诺生马土撒拉之后，与神同行300年，
After he became the father of Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300
并
years
且生儿养女。
and had other sons and daughters.
以诺共活了365岁，
And altogether, Enoch lived 365
然后
years.
以诺与神同行，
Enoch walked
神
with
将
God,
他取去，
God took
他
him
就
away,
不在世上了。
and he was no
那
more.
时候有一个人，他没有经过死，
All other men died, but there's a man who did not
为
die.
什么其他都死了？
Why did the rest die?
我们说人犯罪了，
We say man
可
sinned.
是就是有这个以诺，
But we have this Enoch.
他与神同行300年。
He walked with God for 300
那么
years.
这个是当然，我们用今天来解释，就是他一路是跟神同行啊，
He
完
walked,
全遵照神的旨意来活。
he walked with God, obeyed the will of God.
结果他并不是在地面上最长久，他的儿子马土沙拉活了969岁。
He did not live the longest, but his son Methuselah lived 969.
事实上，他是那个时候他活了365，65
Actually, he lived only 365.
生儿养女，与神同行300年，365，当时人的1/3。
He lived up to only 1/3 of the lifespan of man then.
照着计算，他还是年轻人，
And so, according to calculation, young man.
他就被神接去了。
And God took
可
him
是他不
away.
是见死，
But he didn't die.
神将他取去。
And God took him away.
那当然，如果只有这一节，我们就不明白。
If based on this verse, you don't
可是
understand.
我们看到，在旧约还有一个人被神取去，那就是以利亚。
But we also saw that another man who was taken away by God is Elijah.
以后到了新约，那个启示越来越明显。
When you come to the New Testament, with the revelation becoming clearer,
有一代的信徒，
there is a generation of
末代
believers.
的信徒
The latter day or the last generation of believers,
不见死，
they won't die.
他们被神取去了。
They are being caught up by God.
所以按照定命，人人都有一死，是只做一般人。
So it's appointed for men to die, but once referring to the people in
但是
general.
有一些特别的，就是末代的信徒，
But there are some special
就
cases, the
是
last generation.
就是以诺跟以利亚，
Enoch, Elijah,
他们没有见死的。
they did not see that.
所以，那么要让人活1000岁，
That God wanted man to live
那
a
回生
thousand
罪
years.
怎么样？没有死，怎么样回去呢？
And when he didn't die, how did he go back?
现在是没有死，怎么样回去？就是借着以诺，就做神将他取去，
That is, God took him away.
神将他取去。
And God took him
这
away.
是跟大家一起分享的。
This to share with you.
如果没有犯罪，就没有死。
If there is no sin, there is no death.
那没有死的话，今天我们还会看到，如果没有犯罪的话，我们还看到老亚当
And
跟
so-
老夏娃，
If there is no sin, then we still
对不对？
see, oh Adam.
这个就很难能够通过我们的理性了。
It's hard to go through our this rational mind
但是从这些圣经，
from these
我们
verses.
就看到了一些的亮光。
We see some light.
因为解经老师说，那一个90篇的在地上1000年，神原本要人快快乐乐在地面上活1000年。
So actually, the 1,000 years is God's intention for man to live happily on earth.
1000年到了，就好像以诺这样被提
And after the 1,000 years, just like Enoch caught up.
可是人犯罪，
But man sinned.
所以一方面寿命巨速减短，
On the one hand, our life is
活得
reduced
最长
tremendously.
的还是不到1000。
Even he that lived the longest don't live up to 1,000.
他怎么能会不到1000？
Why can't he live up to
因为人犯罪
1,000?
了。
Because man sinned.
所以969，
So
他不到1000。好
969.
了，而且必须经过死。
And you must go through death.
以若没有死的话，是因为神呢特别的借着这件事情来让我们可以认识到不死怎么回去。
And through this, Enoch did not see death, allowing us to know that even without death, man can go back to God.
现在我们知道原来在神已经老早预备一个不死也可以回去的办法。
So right now we know that there is a way. God has planned a way that we can go back to God without
如
dying.
果没有以诺这个被神取去，不死而被神取去，
If without the example of Enoch not going through death and going home by God,
即使有基督徒被提的应许，
even with the promise of the rapture for Christians,
我们也可能不能够把基督徒被提的应许跟这件事情挂钩了。
we cannot even put together, align it with this
所以我
incident
们
here.
就可能还有一个疑问：
So we still have this question.
如果人没有犯罪怎么样呢？
If man did not sin, what happened?
所以我们就假厉害了，
So we,
自己觉得厉害了
so you try to act smart now?
就是我们的器官会慢慢老化的了，
Our organs will get
所以
old.
老化了也会死啊。
You will still die.
这样老化的死是自然的了。
So this dying by old age is
所
natural?
以但是不是的，
Say no.
这里说什么？
Here he says,
死不是自然的事，
death is not natural.
死亡是罪的结果，也是罪的刑罚，
Death is a result from sin and is a punishment for
是
sin.
不是一件自然的事？
It's something not natural,
而是由于神的愤怒，
but actually an expression of God's anger.
由于神的愤怒，然后它也是一个审判，
Death is also a judgment.
犯罪就要审判啊，
With sin comes judgment.
它是神的定罪，
It is also a condemnation by God.
同时呢
At the，
它
same time
是一个咒诅，
It is a curse.
所以既是咒诅，使人的心充满恐怖和惧怕。
Since it is a curse, thus filling the hearts of
所以如
men
果
with
说
dread and fear.
我不怕死，
You say, I'm not afraid of
我想
death.
这个人不是一个正常人。
This is not a normal man.
我跟正常人都是怕死的，
Normal man fears
只
death.
是因为我们信了主了，
But because we
因
believe in
为
the
我们有
Lord,
盼望，
we have a hope.
所以我们的不怕是在于我们有盼望。
That our fearless comes from our
可
hope.
是我们还有另外一方面的惧怕，
But we have another kind of fear.
还是对死亡还是一种惧怕，
There is still a fear for death
因为它的确是一个咒诅。
because it is a curse.
好了，好，主怜悯我们，给我们在这个真理上继续的有智慧来明白。
May the Lord have mercy on us that we continue to have wisdom to understand this.
但是由于死是罪的刑罚，
But because death is a punishment for sin,
而信徒已经被拯救了，
and believers are
脱
redeemed
离
from the
罪
guilt
的
of
审判
sin,
了，脱离罪的审
and are
判。
redeemed from the guilt of sin.
所以，对信徒来说，死就不是罪的刑罚，
Therefore, naturally say, death is no longer a
因
punishment
为
for sin.
信徒的罪被赦免了嘛，
For the sin of the believers are forgiven,
脱离罪，脱离了罪的审判啊，
and we are redeemed from the guilt of
因
sin.
为罪的刑罚不在我们身上了。
The punishment of sin is no longer on us.
那问题就产生了：
Now here, right,
信徒
naturally,
为什么还要死？
then why will still believers still die?
所以 显然他们的死不应该是他们受的刑罚。
Therefore, it is clear that their death is not a punishment for sin.
所以对我们来说，
For us,
死不是刑罚，
death is not a punishment.
它只是一个咒诅，但对我们来说，死也不是一个咒诅。
And death is a curse, but for us, death is also not a curse.
既不是一个咒诅，才可以说上帝看他圣民的死极其宝贵。
That because it is not a curse, therefore God can say that precious is the death of his saints in the eyes of God.
既是不是受主，才有话说，在主里面的死的人有福了。
That because it is not a curse, therefore we have the word saying, blessed are they who die in the Lord.
那么现在问题是不是咒诅，也不是刑罚，那么信徒为什么还要死呢？
If it is neither a punishment nor a curse, why must believers still die?
信徒的死应该是看作是成圣过程中的一个重要因素。
Therefore, the death of believers must be seen as an important element in the process of sanctification.
所以我们在读救赎论的时候，
So when we study the doctrine of redemption,
我们复习一下，
we
我们
revise.
听到了外在的呼召，
We heard external call,
圣灵重生我们，
regeneration of
我们
spirit.
就对神内在的呼召做出回应，
We have
我们信了。
we have responded to the internal call, we believed.
我们信了以后怎么样？
And after we
我
believed,
们就是过去的罪，我们悔改了，
we
我们回转了，
repented of our past
回转
sins.
了我们过去的罪，我们为着过去的罪，我们就是为罪为义为审判我们自己责备自己，我们后悔，我们悔改，
In conversion, we repented for our sin, for righteousness, and we start to rebuke ourselves.
然后我们开始有信心向前看，
And we have faith as we look forward.
我们回转，
In this
我
conversion,
们就有了信心，
we have faith.
我们就称义，
We are justified.
我们就成圣。
We are sanctified.
称义成圣是一个过程，
Sanctification is a process.
记得吗？称义是立刻，
Justification is
你一
immediate.
信主，
You believe in the
上帝
Lord.
宣判你无罪释放，
God proclaimed that you are
你
acquitted
立
without
刻
sin.
从罪人变义人，
From a sinner to a righteous
在
man.
魔鬼的手中立刻到神的国度里面，
From the hands of the Satan into the kingdom of God.
魔鬼的奴仆立刻成为神的儿女，
From the slaves of the Satan, you become a child of God.
立刻的，你
Immediate.
什么都不必做，
You do nothing.
神白白给你的恩典，
The free grace from
这
God.
是救恩。
This is
可
salvation.
是你得救之后呢，
But after you are
要
saved,
成圣，
you must be
我
sanctified.
们就知道成圣是一生的过程，
You know, the sanctification is a lifelong process.
就是要借助神跟人的合作，
And there's a cooperation. The cooperation between
让
God
我
and
们
man.
的生命越来越成圣。
That our life will get more and more sanctified.
可是活到活到80岁，
When we live up to 80,
我们的生命还不是完全成圣，
our life is still not totally
我
sanctified.
们还要有81岁来更成圣一点，
And 81 years old must be more sanctified.
90岁还要比89岁更成圣一点。
90 must be more sanctified than 89.
可是，在地面上，
On earth,
我们知道，
we
我
know
们不可能完全成
we
圣，
cannot be totally
所以
sanctified.
必须是不是？
Therefore,
所以死是成圣过程中的一个重要因素。
the death is an important element in the process of
从得
sanctification.
救到成圣，
From salvation to
这个过程，
sanctification, this process,
最后一个要跨越的
the very last hurdle,
就是死，
death
一定要
itself.
进入死的门，
Through the door of death,
才成为完全的成圣。
you can have perfect sanctification.
那时候我们说，我们从征战中的教会就进入了得胜的教会，
And then we say that we are being translated from the church militant to the church triumphant.
我们从一个常常软弱失败的信徒，成为一个得胜的信徒。
We become from often a defeated Christian, become a victorious Christian.
所以这个就是信徒的死的意义。
And there's a meaning for the death of Christians.
所以基督徒向罪死，我们说向罪死。
Therefore, these Christians, we die towards sin.
犯罪的事我死了，
To the things of
一个
sin,
喜
we
欢
die.
赌博的人
The person who loves to gamble,
他信主了，
he believes in the
的
Lord.
确神的话，神的灵改变他，
The Spirit of God changed him.
他不赌了，
He no longer gambled.
3年，
3 years.
又去赌了。
He went back to
你以为
gamble.
他得胜了，3年他又去赌了，
And we thought that he had won,
Wow.
but 3 years later he went back
烂赌一场，烂赌一场
and became totally
一个
chaotic.
布道家来了，一个奋兴家来了，
Revivalist came
他得到复兴，
and he was revived.
哇，又复兴了。
It was revived.
又是3年，
3 more years.
左3年，右3年，前3年，后3年，
Left, right, top, bottom 3
在
years.
10几20年的当中，
In the 10 to 20 years,
戒赌，再赌，戒赌，再赌，戒赌，再赌。
quit, gamble, quit, gamble.
什么时候他才真正能够向着赌而死呢？
When? Truly when will he be totally dead towards gambling?
就是到他死的时候。
At the day of his death.
所以这是向罪死的一个完全的地步。
It is a consummation of dying unto sin.
我们说死对基督徒来说是一个让他向着罪完全放弃罪的一个地步。
Oh, that through death, it is only the final step whereby they can totally give up sin.
不过感谢上帝，
But we thank God.
救恩就在那个地方了。
Salvation is there.
可能他在赌的方面没有得胜，
Maybe in the area of gambling he did not get, he's
但
not
如果
victorious.
他已经信主了，
But he believed in the Lord.
你不必怀疑他的救恩，
Do not doubt his salvation.
完全不必怀疑他的救恩。
Don't have to doubt his salvation at all.
今天我们常常怀疑人的救恩，
Today we often doubt the salvation of people.
因为他没有好的行为嘛，
Yes, no good behavior.
所以你看他还做这些事那些事，
Hey, look at him, still do this and do that.
他怎么会得救呢？
How can he be saved?
得救是本乎恩，也因着信。
For we are saved by grace and through faith,
得救不是靠着行为，
not by our works,
免得有人自夸。
lest anyone should boast.
真的要靠行为的话，
If by our own works,
我们在这个堂里面
and all of us here,
没有一个人会得救。
no one will be saved.
真的要靠行为的
If
话，
by our works,
主怜悯我们，
the Lord have mercy.
我们是本乎恩，也因着信。
It's by grace through faith.
好了，死了到哪里去？
When we die, where shall we
我
go?
们就看到主耶稣对十字架强调说：“今日你要跟我同在乐园里了。
Then Jesus saw the robber on the cross said, Today thou shalt be with me in ” paradise.
乐园到哪里？乐园在哪里？
Where is paradise?
拉撒路被天使带到亚伯兰的怀抱。
And Lazarus was brought to the bosom of Abraham.
亚伯兰的怀抱是哪里？
Where is the bosom of
那
Abraham?
么财主到阴间去，阴间是哪里？
That the rich man went to Hades, and where is this
你
Hades?
们心里不要忧愁，你们信上帝也当信我。
Let not your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me.
在我父家有许多的住处，
In my father's house are many mansions.
若是没有，我早已经告诉你。
If it were not so, I would have told you.
我去为你们预备地
I
方，
go to prepare a place for you.
我为了预备地方，必再来接你们。
And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will surely
我
come
在
and
哪里？
receive you unto myself, that where I
你
am,
们也在哪里？
you shall be there too.
那么我们知道他到父的家了，
Go to the
所以
house of
我
the
们
Father.
又说我们到父的家，
We go to the Father's
所以
house.
父的家是天堂。
The house of the Father is heaven.
所以到底我们死了又到天堂去，直接到天堂去，
When we die, we go directly to heaven,
这是父的家，
the
还
Father's
是
house,
到乐园，
paradise,
还是到亚伯兰的怀抱里面
or the bosom of Abraham,
还是如果没有信主，是直接到地狱，还是到阴间？
or without believing the Lord, we go directly to hell or to Hades.
所以这也是混淆了许多的这个信徒。
And so many believers are confused.
教会有2个观点，
There are two views
一
in
个
the
是说
church.
我们现在死了就到天堂去
They say, when we die, we go to heaven.
所以我们的诗歌里面也有很多现在就在天堂的诗歌
And many of our hymns are right now in heaven right now.
那么我们也有一些诗歌说现在是在乐园里面，
Of course, there are some other hymns say that we are now in paradise.
到底乐园是不是天堂？
Is paradise equals to
好
heaven?
了，更有一些几乎是极端或者错误的。
There are some extremists or even wrong.
他说我们在地面上既然不是完全好的信徒，
And since we are not totally good Christians on
那我
earth,
们现在天堂去不了。
we cannot go up to heaven.
地狱呢，因为我们都信了，地狱也不必去，
And so because we believe we don't have to
所以
go
我
to
们
hell.
变要在另外一个地方修炼，
And so we are being refined in another place.
修炼。
We are being
我们还
refined.
要借助活的人来帮助他。
And we need people who are alive to help us.
所以你为你的在修炼中的亲人 死了在修炼中的情况来祷告。
So you pray for the people who are died in they are being refined.
来捐钱。
And so to give offerings.
来做好人做好事。
And to be a good man.
让他可以离开那个修炼地方，就可以到天堂去。
That they can quickly escape from the place of refinement and go to heaven.
不过从圣经里面看不到这样的一个教育。
But from the Bible, we cannot see such a teaching.
从我们的新旧约66卷圣经里面找不到这样的一个圣经的根据。
From the whole Bible of 66 books, we cannot find such a biblical reference at all.
所以我们不会谈这个问题，因为这个根本上是错的。
We will not talk about this because it's totally wrong.
所以我们就是谈中间情况。
So we talk about the intermediate states.
我们说耶稣跟那个十字架强盗说：“今日你要跟我同在乐园里了。”
That Jesus told the robber on the cross that today thou shalt be with me in paradise.
所以在3天，耶稣3天里面去哪里呢？
So for the 3 days, where
先
did
来
Jesus
研究
go?
耶稣3天里面去哪里。
We first want to examine where did Jesus go in the 3
有人
days.
说他3天到地狱去传福音。
There are some people who say that for the 3 days he went to hell to preach the gospel.
这一节圣经也让很多人困惑。
And this verse also caused many people to be
彼
confused.
得前书，
First Peter,
彼得前书的第3章，
chapter 3 of First Peter,
就从18节读起吧。
from verse 18.
因基督也曾一次为罪受苦，就是义的代替不义，为要引我们到神面前。按着肉体说，他被治死；按着灵性说，他复活了。
For Christ died for sins once for all, the righteous for the unrighteous, to bring you to God. He was put to death in the body, but made alive by the Spirit.
这句话说，按着肉体，就肉体他是死了，他被钉死在十字架死了。可是按着灵呢，其实不是他复活，他复活的意思说他活了，他根本没有死。按着灵，他是活了。
And so he was put to death. His body died on the cross, crucified. But he was alive through the Spirit. His Spirit always alive.
他复活是因为在他3天复活后，他的灵魂跟着他的身体出来的意思。
And so when talk about he made alive because after the 3 days of resurrection, his body and soul
好
come out， together.
现在来到19节，
Now we come to verse
他
19.
借这灵曾去传道给那些在监狱里的聆听。
Through whom, that is through this Spirit, he went to preach to the spirits in prison.
很多人就说3天里面，他因为他的灵是活的嘛，所以他借这灵曾去何时去，没有说，只曾去就曾经去传道给那些监狱里的聆听。
And his spirit is alive, so he went. So when did he go? He didn't say. He went to preach to the spirits in prison.
所以人在解释圣经的时候说，原来他3天去监狱里面，去地狱里面传道给那些地狱里面的灵魂听。
And so our people who anyhow explain the Bible say that the spirit went to hell to preach to those spirits in hell.
这样的解释跟教育起了很大的冲突。
And such a interpretation is a great contradiction to our doctrine.
就是死了以后还有福音可以听。
That is when you die, you still have a chance to listen to the
这
gospel.
个那么我告诉你，那我们等到那时候才来信，一定信的，那时候一定信的。
So let us wait until we die, then we surely believe on.
所以，然后你再看这些人是谁呢？
Who are these people?
就是那从前在挪亚预备方舟，就20节。
Verse 20, those people who are during the days of Noah when the ark was being built,
神容忍等待的时候，
at the time when God waited
不
patiently,
信从的人，
the people who disobeyed,
当时进入方舟借着水得救的不多，只有8个人。
and not many people, only a few, 8 in all were saved through
好
water.
了，这8个人得救，其他呢，就是在水里面的就全部不得救了。
Only these 8 were saved, and the rest in water were all perished.
这里也告诉我们，如果把水当作得救的话，这句话我们要读清楚。这水所表明的洗礼，现在借着耶稣基督复活也拯救你们。所以如果那个水是表洗礼，而洗礼一定得救，这水中的人全部得救，可是水中的人全部死掉了。
And
要小心读这句经
and we
文。
read carefully, when this water symbolizes baptism that now saves you. But we talk about this water being immersed in the water are saved, but those people in the water, they all die.
反而在水面上飘过水的人得救。
But more so, those people are above, floating on the water, they
当
are
然
saved.
纯正的解经家不会这么看的啦。
And so these Orthodox theologians
所以
will
他
not
们
say
怎么
this.
解释？
How do you explain?
原来当时只有8个人得救，
8 people were saved.
整个世代的人全部不得救了。
The whole generation of people
这
died.
些人现在在监狱里面，
These people now in
所以耶稣
hell.
在这3天就去到监狱里面，像当时他们不信，现在他们被水淹死了，他们下地狱了。现在耶稣再去传道给他们。
So those people during Noah's time, they drowned. They did not believe. They are now in the Hades. So Jesus, for the 3 days, went and preached the gospel
很
to
多
them.
人这样解，
Many people explain such
这
a
样
way.
解跟教义起了很大的冲突，
And this brings a great contradiction to our
就是我们还有
doctrines.
第2次得救的机
There is
会。
still a second chance for salvation.
今天我们得救的机会都在地面上，
Today we know our chance of salvation is on earth.
多少次，5次、10次的机会都在地面上。
For how many times? 5, 10 times all on
有
earth.
些人少年时候听到，
There are some who listen to the
没有
gospel
信。
when he was
青
teenager.
年在教会中学
And then is a school or a church.
没有信，
Did not believe.
中年的时候
Middle age.
中年的时候有好朋友信耶稣，他没有信；
And good friends believe, but he did not.
到老年的时候
When he's old,
就要死的一天，
the last day before he
刚
died,
好又有人传福音给他，
somebody shared the gospel.
这是4、5次的机会了。
After 4 to 5 times,
但是有些人还没有信，
there are some who did not.
可是到离开地面之后呢，
When he leave this world,
再也没有机会了。
no more
如果
chance.
照着刚才我们所说的，有人这样解释的话，
If we say some people explain in such a way,
那就是还有第2次死后还有机会。
that means they say that after they die,
这跟
they still
教
have
义
another
完
chance.
全冲突。
It's the total contradiction to our doctrine.
时间到了，我们没有办法解释。
But time's up, no time to explain.
下一次
Next week,